Okay, guys, welcome to week 3. I can't believe it's 3 already. And Heather is going to be our guest speaker today. I'll let her introduce herself. But hopefully, we've got some new members on here. It's a little hard for me to see who's on here, but welcome. I know it's been busy. If you're in the Texas area, it has been insane. The fact that Norma and I and Grace have electricity is a blessing. So, hey, we're here. And now that fun storm is over there hanging out with Amber in North Carolina.
Yes.
With you. We're glad it's out of us, but may God be with you too. That has been insane. So it's a miracle that we're all here to have this conversation. And I know it's going to be really, really valuable. So if you have questions, you can put them in the chat. I can't remember, Grace, are you managing the chat? Is that you today or is that me? I can't remember. One of us will look at the chat and make sure if you have any questions, or you can just speak up. I'm sure Heather doesn't mind. So Heather, go ahead and I'll let you share your screen.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know that where do I share?
It'll have a little green, says share screen.
I don't see it yet. Let me make it big. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Cool.
So actually, can you still see me?
I can see you. Mm-hmm. And it says you're starting your screen sharing.
All right. Is it working?
Not yet. We're seeing you, but not the PowerPoint.
Let me try again.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Right. Did you want me to share? Is that what it was? I'm sorry if that's what you wanted me to do.
No. Okay. I think it's right now.
Oh, there it is. We got you.
Okay.
Good job.
I'm going to move my little people. Okay. So first of all, my name's Heather. I am a Michigan girl, born and raised. I am married to I don't know why it started there. Married to, nope, I don't even want this. My high school sweetheart. We've been together since the year 2000. It's crazy for me to think that, and I'm only 34, so I've literally grown up with him. We have 3 boys, and they are 9, 7, and 6, and they're hungry little beasts. I joined to change my, I guess, healthy what I thought was my healthy lifestyle, and this has led me to so much more, which has led me to meeting all of these wonderful women, and you guys too. And I'm going to talk to you guys today about healthy and savings. Part of my healthy change in my life was stopping a career that I had gone to college for. I shook hands with the CEO of a company that I worked for and said, I want your job someday. Still probably do, but it was hard with 3 boys and that young. So very stressed, health problems, and that led me to becoming a single income family. My husband was supportive of this. I was a little, I guess, all in, but very scared of being isolated. And that did happen, but I'm so happy that I did because it led me to Beachbody. So I'm going to talk to you guys about savings. And let's talk about food and some numbers. Personally, I love food. Food is my love language. I like to serve it. I like to make it. It's my way of being creative. And I have now found ways to try to make it healthy and still staying in a budget. When I talk about a budget, I want you guys to be aware of, we're talking your food. We're not talking your toiletries, your, thing of mascara you need that day. We're talking your things you're ingesting. And we're a family of 5 and our income, or I mean, our budget should be around 1,000. I would say it's probably more 1,200 a month for us, but I have like big growing boys and a I guess I eat a lot of vegetables and I prefer them to be fresh, which can sometimes be a little more expensive. But there are great ways to save and utilize the store coupons that I'm going to talk about here in a minute. One thing that I started to do when we were really trying to focus on budgeting was thinking each person should be eating about $150 to $300 a month. And when you think about that, that actually kind of seems like a lot. We didn't like to go out to eat, so that wasn't a bad thing for us because our kids, we would often say, please just bag it up and we're going to go to the car because they were misbehaving. We preferred to cook our meals at home, so that wasn't a big change for us.
Oh, I remember those days.
I was willing to tough it out, and my mom would probably eat out more with me than my own husband, but my husband just wasn't for it. He's like, no, they're so bad, let's just go. So going from 2 incomes to 1, it was just really watching what we spent and focusing on what we wanted. And personally, I quit my job because I wasn't healthy, so we needed to really focus on how to get Heather healthy. And I start by the 5 steps that I utilize to keep us a family of 5, staying on a budget and staying healthy. The first thing I do is I look at what I have. I kind of keep an inventory. It's a little weird. It's on just a lined piece of paper. And it's like my staples. Like I got 2 bags of flour and I've got these noodles. I know how many pieces or how many loaves of garlic bread are in my freezer, and I keep a running inventory. I usually like to try to just keep it whatever's written instead of editing it. So if I use one, I replace it so that I always know it's there. And then the next step I do is I look at the sale, what store I'm going to go to and what's on sale. I seen somebody typed in the chat. Is there something?
It's just, they're telling you good job.
Oh, thank you.
Really, come on.
Thank you. I like to jump around from stores, but personally, I shop at Aldi's. It was formerly Save a Lot. I can find a lot of fresh vegetables there and produce that are great. My husband doesn't prefer their meat, so I will often go to our bigger superstores or Costco for meat. And I see what's on sale. If your strawberries aren't on sale and they're not in season, go to the thing that's in season and that's on sale. The next thing I do is I actually use coupons. My store, the picture on the right is Meijer that is closest to us, and they send us coupons in the mail. They also have coupons that I can clip on their app, and I utilize the crap out of that. A couple other stores do the same thing where the app you can get on and I guess use their digital coupons, but it makes a big difference. So then once I have those 3 things planned, say I knew I had, I always have rice. I knew I had a bag of rice and chicken is on sale, and I have a coupon for something else. Usually there's a coupon for, as you can see, the milk, the eggs. Those are coupons that were actually mailed to me that I need to use very soon because they're dated the 28th. But I will then start to make a meal that way. What can I make with those things? And I will plan, oh, sorry, I thought it was gonna go to the next slide. I will plan my meals for the week. I try to shoot for 7-ish dinners, and I like to make extra because we will utilize them at lunch. My husband has no problem taking leftovers to lunch if I get it ready for him. If he don't, he just eats out. He drinks his shakes in the morning, and the kids, I push for hot lunch at the school because currently with coronavirus, the state of Michigan was approved. All students were allowed free meals. So I'm like, it's free, go eat it. So we're trying to do that. They don't know. My youngest is like, well, I just ate the chips and the cheese today for lunch. And I'm like, that wasn't good choices, but sometimes I still make them a lunch, and I try to have their lunch things on hand. They need to have a fruit and a vegetable, and then their sandwich usually in their lunch pail. And then I shop online. I don't walk into the store. Part of that is I don't enjoy a mask. I have anxiety. I've never really liked shopping, but I've found that if I shop online, I don't have the temptation. I don't see what's on sale at the end cap. The store is literally designed to make you buy. Like that is someone's job in the store, to make it look enticing to the shopper. And they will play certain music. They'll put smells in stores just to make you try to go for those things. So if you're shopping online and ordering the groceries that way, you're not seeing it. My grocery bill has been so much less since coronavirus because we have been going by our menu, putting it into the computer, and then I just go pick it up. We have paid for them to be delivered here and there, but most of the time, our stores, I can just go pick up right on site. And then tips and tricks I have is I keep things on hand in the freezer. I freeze butter. I freeze my creamer when it's on sale. We have loaves of bread in the freezer. I really like to freeze, like, say I bought a ton of strawberries and they're starting to not look so great. I will cut them all up, ready for my smoothie or whatever I'm going to bake them with, and I'll freeze them before they go bad. So I'm constantly watching what is it like going to spoil in the fridge. And if it's getting close to being, it's time, it gets thrown in a freezer container and I label it. I also like to do that with my veggies, save them for a soup. It's great to have them already prepped up, and you're not wasting this way. When I get groceries, it's usually the day I get them. Sometimes it has to be the day after. I will plan my snacks, wash and rinse, prep them right away, and get them in the containers. One thing I really like to do is to put a paper towel in to help absorb some of the moistures. It wicks it away. Sometimes in my grapes, I have to change it like twice for the week. Grapes will last a really long time with a paper towel stuck in them. And then I also like to make sides that can be used more than one meal. Coleslaw has been a huge staple for us. It's a great veggie. It's so cheap to make, and you can make it your own sauce really easy. My kids, they don't care that it's not summer, and they'll eat pasta salad. Every week I make a pasta salad and it stays in the fridge. Then I only have to be making their meat. And I'll pick whatever carb that I like. They don't love rice as much as I do, so I will often make a big batch of rice for my husband and I. Another tip or trick I like to do is make a larger salad at the beginning of the week, and we eat off that. My boys will eat salad. I also make them help me pick their favorite vegetables, and I let them use the knives and cut it up. They feel like very honored that they're being part of it. And then when we're like, oh, look, a celery, that was Braylon's job. It gets them talking about the food. It gets them liking the food. The more I can get them involved in learning what this stuff is at a younger age is way better than not. My mom's on the call. Not that my mom didn't teach me. I just don't feel like I was as big of a part of this whole process at a younger age. Another thing I do is I will eat my fresh things at the beginning of the week, because the fresh goes bad if you're buying for 7 days. Then I utilize my freezer. I'll buy frozen vegetables and frozen fruit. I'll use them at the tail end of the week, so that I'm not wasting, because I hate to find that container of raspberries that are so delicious, but yet so ungodly expensive at the back of the, like, growing all sorts of things. So I always try to keep it to the front and we try to eat it right away. And when I personally feel that when you add Beachbody to your life, you decide to change more than just you. You start with the work. For me, I personally started with the workouts and thinking that I was making a savings on just gym, but Beachbody offers so much more. There is the nutrition part. You can pick To Be Mindset or Fixate, and there's recipes and videos that literally guide you how to do this. When I was a gym member, I was not getting a nutritionist per se telling me, and then not to mention the videos are there for you to go back and watch again. You don't have to be scared in a group and be like, oh, I don't know if I should ask this question. You're able to watch it again and be like, oh, that's what she said. You also are changing your family, because I never in a million dreams thought that I was going to become a coach when I signed up just to drink shakes and work out, I thought. And two, they are absorbing what I'm doing, what I'm talking, and they're starting to gravitate towards these healthier choices just by me making the change. This is a little blurry, sorry, but this is a comparison of what is costing for, like, say, your gym membership and then what you get with Beachbody. With Beachbody, it's a one-time cost of anywhere from like $140 when you get a challenge pack to $205. That often gets you your workouts for an entire year, your nutrition for an entire year, and then your shakes are purchased monthly. It also gives you access to your coach. It gives you access to extra groups such as this. And depending on your workouts, you can do 10 to 60 minutes. We're at a gym. I had to, because I was signed up as a Planet Fitness gym member. I think I went 2 or 3 times and I had the membership for 2 years. I could never coordinate a sitter, could never coordinate with a friend to go because I had anxiety and too afraid to walk in alone. With Beachbody, I can pick wherever I want to do my workout and press play alone, which is kind of what I prefer. I don't know that I would ever want to be in a group setting in a gym. And again, I huff and puff too much. So you're saving on your time. I can do my workout and my kids are in my background. You are getting quality. The personal trainers are there teaching you how to do the move. They're doing the move. They are encouraging you along the way, where at Planet Fitness, unless I joined a group class, I was just supposed to understand the equipment by the silly little guide that like shows a stick figure doing a thing on the piece of equipment. And you get support. That has been a key for me, because when I started this, my family was like, oh, look, mom doesn't want French fries today and she's eating all broccoli. They kind of laughed at me and there was very little support. My mom and dad weren't drinking the shakes when I started this. My husband wasn't drinking the shakes, but because they're seeing the change in me, they're wanting to change themselves. So the support of your group is great, but eventually you're going to get the support of everyone surrounding you. And my personal coach is my cousin, or my cousin's wife, but she's my cousin. I felt very, I guess, comfortable with her to ask her all the questions, but so far all the coaches that I've met that I've never met in person, I feel are that same way. There is something about them that there's no limit. They want to help and they want to answer every question that you have. These are just kind of images of what you would be paying for a year. The Planet Fitness was $249. CrossFit, I think Norma had experience in that, approximately $840. I spoke to somebody that said they belonged to like a boxing gym, and that was a comparable price they said too. Snap Fitness, and I know personally our local Y, which is supposed to be like for your family, was over $150 for 2 people, just to go for a month. Oh, well, I guess that's 3. It was 2 adults and 1 child. And they're very run down, at least by us right now, the YMCA's are.
The CrossFit, just to tell you, is at least $100 to $150 a month, and that only gets you anywhere between 3 to 5 days a week. So
Yeah.
not like unlimited. Yeah, I was paying, I think 90 something, and I was allowed to go 2 days, two to 3 days. So
Wow. Yeah. I mean, the Planet Fitness, it's like, I can't believe I was spending that much a year. It was just going down the drain. My husband made fun of me too, because they give you a little keychain, and anytime he drove my vehicle with that keychain, he's like, "Ooh, maybe I should go try to be you. You haven't been in, they won't even know who you are." But it's to be able to just for the $99 just to get all the programs is like we're stealing from them, honestly. There's so many things in there that is added that's beyond the worth $99. This is again a little blurry, sorry. So it's saying that your fruity drink, I can't even see the other ones. The Shakeology is approximately $4 a day when you are doing the bags, the best option versus the packs. But I think that is like the Orange Julius sugary fruit drink. And then those are V8 Fusions. Never drank them. I'm sure they probably taste good, but the Orange Julius, $6.35 for a drink and $4 for the other one. And the Orange Julius thing, you'd have to like go in somewhere and get, or go through a drive-through to actually get, where the Shakeology you have right at home, you can make it yourself. This next one is showing, it's a graphic that I really like to use when I'm explaining everything that's loaded into your nutrition as just your shake, because I would have to run to like all the stores in town, probably not make it, and still not be able to buy everything that's loaded into this shake at a $4 price. And we're talking, I'd be spending, I'm sure, way more than $41 to buy all this stuff. And a lot of it, I don't even think my little town would have. I'd have to go to like Ann Arbor, I bet, or Grand Rapids, to be able to get a lot of these wonderful added nutrition that is inside a shake that tastes. I haven't had one that I don't like. I take that back. I'm not a lover of the salted caramel, but all the rest, I'm fond of every single one. My dad and mom both like the chocolate and vanilla. Got my husband hooked on the chocolate, and we're not even like, I wouldn't say we're huge chocolate fans, but the chocolate, it's so creamy and it tastes so good. And then this is a graphic of the shake versus your fancy Starbucks drink. And that price, I'm wondering if it was like this, I didn't create this image, but I'm wondering if that price was from like when you buy the packets of Shakeology. So when you get your Shakeology that's not in your challenge pack, you're spending approximately $129 a month, and you break it down, that would be exactly $433. Sorry, my kids go to bed alarm was going off. That's still that less than what you're going to spend on your next fancy coffee or in your fast food line. And you even can cut out a meal by just drinking this. It doesn't have to be a meal replacement, but it can. I guess I'm going to end here by saying, do you really want to change your life, or do you want to spend unnecessary money on things that might lessen your life? And that's kind of the mindset that I had to put myself in. Yes, the Cheez-Its taste wonderful, and there's so many temptations, but it's not helping me achieve my goals. So why ingest it? Why buy it? Why spend money on it? When I'm spending money on something that is for myself, it's taste wonderful, and it's completely changed me inside out, as the packaging says. And that is everything, ladies. I don't know if you want to comment on anything. I'm going to check the chat.
Good job. Yeah, I loved how you ended that. Yay.
Thank you.
Oh, that was wonderful. Did we have any questions, Grace or Norma? I don't know who's managing in the chat for Heather. I know there was a lot of like, you have to go back. There's lots of kudos.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better mom than I was, especially when I was trying to stay home. I did not do that well with structure, for sure.
Well, and I love that you point this out, Heather, because you know, you're remote learning at its finest. You're teaching them to chop and cook and measure and all of those things. And just a little foreshadowing. You know, my son is 18. He's still in high school, but just turned 18, and he's had girls comment to him on the things that he knows how to do, basically domestic stuff that I've made him learn. And you know, that's attractive because it shows that they are prepared, and that you've invested in them, and those are things that they're always going to hold dear to their heart when they're gone, and just be able to contribute to their family as well. So that's just awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
Somebody said, I prefer alone too, so the Beachbody helps with my schedule, kids, and I actually got my daughter a drink at Starbucks last week, and it was like tall. It was like 5 something, and then you leave it. Then you have, well, you don't have to, I guess, but if you leave a tip, you're looking at over $6 for a tall drink. Oh my gosh. It was a lot.
Usually, I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know what she ordered, but my girlfriends that order those, they're like, I take a sip and I feel like I'm rotting my teeth. It's so sweet.
They can be. Yeah. If you go to Starbucks and order,
why don't we just eat a Snickers, guys?
Nuts. Yeah, I just usually get like a cafe Americano or something, but nobody gets just plain coffee. They get all the stuff. And you're right. I think you did a really good job explaining Shakeology for those watching it or later. It's much more than just the drink. It tastes like a Starbucks, but Starbucks is not trying to make you healthy. They're creating an addiction, so you will drive your car. There were probably people during the storm that were running around town trying to get their Starbucks. I guarantee. Like, please, open. So I thought it was great. So tell me more about your list. I love that idea. Now Randy's on, my husband. He's the list person in our house, and he always like put it. It's on the list. Make sure you check it off. You know, that kind of thing. So I'm a person who like, oh, I'm gonna look at my recipes and then I back it up. But it sounds like you've really like, okay, this is what we have, and then you assemble. How are you doing that? Do you use an app, or you just gotten used of using the nutrition to say, oh, I've got eggs and I've got this. This will make whatever.
Yep. Yeah, and this started when I quit my job. I think I found it from Pinterest. It was a lady trying to keep her family on a budget, and she said to keep inventory, and she also said to keep a list of the foods that you know your family can eat and try to keep like that on inventory. So I don't have that picky of a husband. I could make him scrambled eggs every day and he's not going to say a word. He'll tell me if I cooked them too much, but like they're too done, but he's not going to say much more. And my kids don't mind the repeat meals either. So I like have a list of things that we know that we all like, try to make those. I also let my kids kind of say, I'm like, what do you like with chicken? Chicken's on sale this week. And one of them, they love chicken legs. Sure, I'll make you chicken legs. Eat, 9 chicken legs tonight. Not really, but I'm like that's one of them only. He's a little pickier. He won't eat as much, but so I have that list. I guess I have 2 lists, and basically the one of what we like is in the back of my head, and I still like to try to introduce new things to them. So we always try to cook 1 to 2 meals a week that are completely like different, a new recipe per se for us to try to just, I guess, broaden their palate. And then I like to make my list off, like my meal off of what I can make with those things that are on sale, those things I already have on hand. Like if I will buy on sale too. I'm trying to think who had just recently, somebody had a ton of broccoli on sale. Don't know why. Well, I came home and cut it up and froze it myself. I don't need to have them freeze it myself. And it still was fine when I just made a broccoli cheese soup the other day.
That's great. I love that.
That was going to be one of the questions that I asked you, is if you buy your stuff like already cut up or already frozen. I have a lot of people that tell me, oh, it's so expensive to eat healthy. And I immediately think to myself, my gosh, like a bag of frozen vegetables is pretty cheap, especially if you get the store brand. But even with what you're saying is even like next level. So what would you say to someone? And my other question, so you can answer at the same time, is do you typically look for and or buy organic? So what would you say to someone who's like, and not that organic is always the only healthy way to.
Right.
Okay.
I typically don't buy tons organic. Part of the reason is the selection is less most of the time at our stores. If I go to Costco, they have a way better organic selection for us. But this local little store that it's not little, it's Meijer. It's a lot like your H-E-B. So it has things, but it's still little. And they don't have everything. Allie will go, she knows that she's another coach that knows some of these ladies here. She will go to a bigger town to get the things, but I don't like to drive more than about 10 miles. But I often tell people when they say they say like it's expensive, I shop at Gordon's, I shop at Costco, I buy the bulk, and you can break it up yourself. You don't have to like cook that much chicken at once or cook that much broccoli at once. I remember Grace last week, she said she throws her spinach in the freezer. I did that. I didn't know I was buying it because this was the beginning of Corona, and I didn't realize how much Gordon's gave you spinach. It was like a potato set. Like we're talking, I could have been inside the bag practically, size of spinach. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And I researched it, and it said you could cook your spinach down or you could freeze it yourself, and just know that it'll be like your crumbs and I just shoved it in freezer bags, and I froze it all. I still have one from last March in my freezer because it has lasted us that long. I know Norma likes to, when her bananas, she likes to freeze her bananas ahead of time. Like Costco sells, you'd have to have a monkey living with you if you were going to buy that many bananas and eat them in a week. So I will buy those and cut them up and put them in the freezer. But I just encourage people when they say that it's too expensive to buy healthy, that you're going to spend like how much on, if we bought pizza from our favorite pizza place, it's like $58 for us to feed the family. And that's one meal, $58 to feed us. So I think it's too expensive to be basically making you feel ill the next day. it's just silly to not eat the healthy.
And do you, that's a good point, because I hear that too from a lot of people. It's, they'll eat out and that's kind of their go-to, but you're right. I mean, it's somewhere between 60, I mean, for my family, it's over $100 if we order through
Uh-huh.
easy, and that could be like Chinese food. It's ridiculous how expensive it's gotten.
Yeah, and then everybody's got a migraine the next day.
But yeah, it's so true. But you're right. I think a lot of people it's just path of least resistance. But what you've done is you've organized it. At least to me, when I'm listening to your life, it doesn't sound overwhelming. You've got a list, you've got a system, and then you don't overwhelm even yourself with having to come up with new meals every week. You're like, this is our staple, and I'm going to add one and just keep building.
Yeah.
love
So
the inventory thing. The inventory is like, I mean, that's how you are the CEO of your household, and that is how you run a business. You inventory things. You don't order too much, or you're paying taxes on it, or however that works in the warehouse. But I mean, you order what and then you have to, since it's consumables, you have to like do things with it, like freeze it or package it differently or whatever. I mean, I think that's just really, really smart budgeting.
All I have you do is move your truck to the front
Okay, Randy.
so I can.
That's my husband. Hello.
that's okay.
He doesn't
I'm
know
not on mute.
I thought he had some good advice about the truck. I thought it was like a truckload of potatoes or something like that.
No, I'm sorry. I thought I muted myself.
That's okay.
He's actually.
I'm glad I was only
Randy,
talking
good
about
one.
the truck.
Hey, Randy, do you have any questions for us? Is it this?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I delegate all this stuff to him because this is not my belly.
Yeah,
I
that's
think it-
not it.
Like I can't. He's got this. Like I just let him. But yeah.
And one thing that I have been loving with the shopping online is it'll be like, do you want to buy this all again? And I'm like, yeah, we need 2 more dozen eggs, and I need that bread again, and I'm gonna need apples. And it once you put in the work at the store on the app, it is a time saver at that too. I'm like, oh, mom's got to buy groceries, and they're like, what? You're already done? I was like, yeah, we got to pick them up tomorrow at 9.
Yeah. I love online shopping.
I do too. I think that's where I have found my most savings at the store is the online shopping, because you're right. You're only buying what you need.
Because
Not getting caught by all those great deals that most of the time are not necessarily the best choices. But
You had to take your kids with you. You'd have like 18 extra things in the cart.
They're just grabbing.
Where did the Cocoa Puffs come from? It's not on the list.
Opening up stuff so they just get to the store. Oh gosh.
yeah.
Do not miss that. That's funny.
yeah, and I think that has been a couple suggestions I've made, not only from a budget perspective, but also from the junk food perspective. And they're first trying to clean up their foods, do the online shopping, because then you're not tempted to pick up the smaller bag of chips or the smaller box of cookies. You just order what you need.
Yeah.
So,
That's true. That's true. Very smart.
Yeah. I wanted to show you also the grocery list that I write on. I don't know. Tiffany, what's your husband's name, Tiffany?
Randy.
Randy? I don't know if you can see
It's
this,
not
but
cute like that. No, he's got like an Excel version of something.
oh,
That's cute. Now he gives it all to us, so we have to hit checks. He just hands it around like put little boxes what you want. He
yeah.
runs the right ship, so
Well, I'm props to him, but yeah, that grocery list has, I would say, really changed the way we shop too, because if I have it wrote on there, I can even send my husband to the store, and like, because I know where the hemp seeds are, they're in by the baking, I can have it in that like section and he will find it instead of, where's that at?
yeah. He actually, I wish he'd get on here and talk about it, because he's actually really organized. He downloaded that list from HEB and it's by aisle.
Uh-huh.
So and they're all set up the same, I guess. And so he just makes it easier for him.
Yes,
You're
it
right.
does.
Because I usually, I cook like once or twice a week, and I'm usually the one like, oh, let's make this new recipe. And it's sometimes 50-50, people like it. But that's where I usually get his help, is by filling that little thing out.
Mhm.
Or the other thing,
Peanut butter and jelly night.
on my night,
I said peanut butter and jelly night when Tiffany cooks.
I always do something crazy. I always know it's good when Aunt Susie she goes back for seconds. I'm like, oh, Aunt Susie likes it because she's my picky eater. But yeah, so what I was going to say is I do an app that I load my recipes in.
Mhm.
You can load in the URL and it'll create a shopping list for you. And it is so smart. So like if you wanted, I don't know, I could share that with you. I don't know if it's got a small,
Yeah.
but basically I pull it in and then it puts it on a calendar. I can say, I want to cook, beans and rice or chicken drums or whatever. And then the recipe's there. It goes to a list. And if you already have olive oil, you just take things off and you can send it to Instacart to have them shop for you, or just print it. And I give that to Randy too.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But there's so many things out there. I think that if you're just looking for excuses, you will find those, but you can also find solutions.
Mhm.
And that to me was one of the things that kept my ADD focused. I could find any recipes, throw them in there, and then just choose when I wanted to make them. So you're much more efficient than I am, for sure. Very cool.
So Heather, like for the coupons, like what kinds of things are you buying that's healthy, that's coupons? Because that's something like around here, most of the coupons that come through, we have the milk coupons, stuff like that, but for the most part, it's processed food coupons.
No, I wish my coupons are upstairs. They'll throw me coupons that are, I would say, my junk that if it's some snack that I'm like, oh, boys, do you want to try that? I'll buy, but it's usually bananas. They give me a 40 cents off banana. They'll give me a 40 cents off my milk. They give me a coupon for my creamer because I like to buy the almond milk. I prefer the almond milk creamer. And I'm trying to think, they give a coupon for the cheese. I get a coupon for like that slide showed, I want to say that was 50 cents off of my a package of chicken breast, a pound of chicken breast, which every little bit counts.
Sure.
It's not
That's cool.
enormous savings.
Store, right? So that's the Meyer, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could just be that I don't look at it often enough to notice it, or maybe I don't use coupons enough. So I wonder if it's also another one of these algorithm things that the more you buy from the store and the more types of foods you buy from the store, then they'll give you the coupons for the types of food that you're using.
Well,
Yeah.
I know when I go to order on the Instacart or HEB, at the very end, it'll say, do you want to save money on fill in the blank? And it's probably got some logic of what we've ordered. So I don't know. Is that something too, Heather, you use?
Yeah.
I've seen that pop up a few times.
Yeah. So at Meyer, they also do like special electronic coupons that I clip on the app.
Yeah.
And then when I actually place my order, my like account number's in there and it uses the clips too. I feel like the biggest savings in the app one, at least at my little store, or the Meyer, is more on like my face wash or my cat litter, or my dog food. But that's still, it's saving us.
That's cool. How much money do you save, you think, on food a week using coupons?
I don't know. For a family of 5, we usually spend $150 a week on groceries.
And you think, what would your bill be, you think, if you didn't have the coupons? You ever done the math?
Well, like my husband just went to the store on Valentine's Day. Granted, he bought me flowers and wine, but he thought he was picking up stuff. And I'm like, how much did you spend? And he spent $125 just getting snacks. And he bought all the snacks that were in the red box. I was like, I told you the red box things are bad.
That's sweet.
You didn't bring me one vegetable. We ended up ordering burgers that night, and I had to ask for extra green peppers and extra onion and extra lettuce on the burger just so that I felt like I was getting a vegetable in for the day.
That's hilarious. Thank you. Thank you. All right, awesome. So anybody else have tips that y'all are wanting to share with this group, even if we don't have questions for Heather?
Yeah, I was gonna see who all was on. Thank you everyone for listening, and
I thought it was great. I learned a lot from you, just for the record. I thought it was great.
thank you.
Yeah. And hopefully your mama, is she still on?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Are you proud of your girls? She's quite the,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
you did good.
Thanks, Mom.
she's done. All
It
right.
was- It was interesting.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll do the same thing we've done every week is I'll download this to a YouTube link and we'll share it in the group and just keep coming back for more questions. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you guys.
Excellent, excellent stuff.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.